the Levels Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG, Willie Mason. OG, we haven't got permission yet, officially, from our partners at BSC, but I can't see a problem with this.
True, man.
Currently, they're having dramas with their Instagram. Someone has hacked it. Someone is trying to hold BSC at ransom.
Why would you want to hack a BSC supplement?
I don't know. I think when people try to hack Instagram profiles, they try to get the account, and then because it's so important for your business and personal, try to bribe you, try to get some cash. I don't know. I don't know the full details. All I know is I want it back for our partners at BSC who provide these beautiful energy cans for us that are available at Coles. But currently, the new Instagram page at the moment, while they'll figure out what's going on with the old one, is only at 5,000.
Yeah, we've got to get them up.
So let's get them up, mate. What I suggest, and like I said, I haven't got given permission, but hopefully, Greg, Pico, we love you all, BSC. I'm throwing something out there. I reckon let's tag two friends on the new Instagram page and give their latest story a share. It's a bit of an update on what's going on at BSC. And I think I can convince Greg and Pico to send out a box of cans to, we'll draw one of those people at random.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. 10 grand, because it shouldn't be hard.
10 grand? They're at 5,063 now, so let's get them to 10K.
Get it to 10. 10's all right.
Yeah, let's boost them up. Once they get to 10K, bang.
Yeah.
We'll go and grab someone who has shared or shared at least two friends on their latest post about what's happening at BSC, and we'll get Greg and Pico to send them out some cans and get that new Instagram page pumping.
How sad's that?
But hopefully they get their old one back and that gets sorted.
How many did they have?
Oh, pumping.
Hundreds, wasn't it?
Hundreds of millions of thousands. No,
Billions.
I don't know. But there you go.
That's cool.
Let's get BSC pumping. They are proud partners of what we do here, and we are very thankful for them. And it is fucking, I hate it when stuff like this happens.
Scummy, man.
Whether it's a partner of ours, whether it's individuals, and they try to take
It just stresses people out.
Yeah.
Pico and Greg have been stressed out because of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Give it back, you fuckwits.
I'll tell you who also is stressed out is the Broncos and the Broncos fans. This is from Day.Sports. Hurts how the Broncos have gone this season. Not really any excuse, though. While I'll go down with the ship backing them each week, I need a dog for the finals race, and I will be on the dog.
Ooh, bandwagon.
Boys, I pumped the BSC energy drink enough that I found myself getting one at work. Tasty.
Got him.
Appreciate that, Day.Sports, and appreciate the support for also BSC as well. This one is from Island Breeze. Boys, I've been convincing the misso that Lukey behind the camera is actually Harlem Lukey from the Cowboys. I think the Olin tackle chat has blown my cover. It was fun while it lasted. Love the potty. Can't wait to see Willie on Home and Away after he gets a Golden Globe.
Something's happening. I'm getting something.
All right, and here we go. This is it got a lot of traction. The Olympics chat, but specifically the BMX. This one is from Matt Clark. BMX is a legit sport and has been around for ages. It just wasn't mainstream. Saya Sakakibara is a legend. I agree with that, and her story of what happened to her brother is one of the best Olympic stories ever. Totally agree. I guess it's different for me because I grew up racing BMX. I also grew up playing rugby league as well. They are introducing new sports to stay relevant with the next generation. Surfing is long overdue. Again, one thing I want to highlight. Hey, here we go. The green in the back.
Up.
The green's up for the Australians because the Australians
like Canberra
are absolutely killing it with the gold. It's currently sitting third after another 3 golds. I think 2 or 3
pole
golds
vault,
overnight.
cycling.
Have you seen the story on Saya and about her brother who got injured?
No, please explain.
A really good story. It's one of those ones that you have to go and have a watch. He was also attempting to become a BMX or would have been a part of the Olympics for a gold medal as well, and she did it for him. It's a really good story. I have seen it, and like I said, it was no shade at all the athletes. Not
at all.
And then I also said it wasn't about the difficulty or how good the sports are. It's just some of the sports that are associated with the traditional Olympics. And what he's saying is that they're introducing to stay relevant. I think
I get that. Yeah, that's
I get that part of it, but there's also people, and you're not going to be able to please all people. Therefore, me that like the traditional ways of some sporting events, some sports. I'm not really big on a lot of rule changes. And people should just respect
your opinion anyway. Like anyone on Instagram that has a different view, yeah, good on you. That's your view.
Yeah,
I get it. I agree with you with most things. I didn't agree when you said, fuck the 1,500 off the 800.
Well, no.
I know we're only joking about that, but I'm like,
no. I also said not specifically
I
the
know,
1500.
but like you just went on, and I'm like,
know.
yeah, I said just be calm with that because they're the fucking ones that everybody loves. But I get it with all the other ones, but then I understand like trying to boost those sports up and be relevant.
Yeah,
you know, because this young generation, they're all breakdancing, they're all skateboarding, they're all doing BMX. But I'm thinking that should be X Games on ESPN or something like
exactly.
that, not Olympic sports. Traditionalists will probably agree, and some new generation fucking Gen Zs don't.
Yeah.
They think it's cool. I'm like, each to their own.
Yeah.
Different generations like different things.
What about a shout out to Arissa True is Australia's youngest ever medalist,
unreal, man.
and she gets an Olympic gold, 14 years old. Again,
God damn.
and this is it was I was more in jest and having a bit of play. It probably wouldn't be a sport that I'd associate with the Olympics, but it doesn't matter to her. Arissa has a gold medal, and I'm pumped for her, and she's 14 years old. And like I said all along, I was just having a bit of fun with it. But, you know.
Another one, the pole vaulter, right? She just got gold. She'll be the next golden girl. Her and Jess Fox is already the golden girl, I reckon, of Australian sports.
Yes.
But this one now, like the new like, because we haven't won it in pole vault ever, I don't think.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So she's you know, when it comes to marketing and branding, you got to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Right? You can look at tennis, right? Kornikova, ranked 6,000th in the world, still the highest paid.
She had a good run, didn't she?
Yeah, but like because the way she looked, right?
Yeah.
This girl fits all the criteria, and she's a gold medalist.
Awesome.
Same as Jess Fox.
Yep.
Like that's why they're the golden girls. So she's going to be the next face of everything over here.
Yeah.
She'll be on Wheat Bix fucking things and Milo and all that kind of stuff. So it's that so important for those athletes. You concentrate for like 4 years just to get that one little. You know what I mean? It's such an effort, man. It's such
that was
a
a big
brilliant
part.
thing, man.
That was a big part of why I was a little bit like against some of the other sports, like
That
specifically
that looks
like golf.
ridiculously hard pole vaulting. I don't think I could even run with that.
No, pole vault is. How do you get into pole vault?
I don't know. How do you go? Oh, you know what? I'm going to be a pole vaulter when I'm younger.
I reckon you've got to be
High jumper,
high
maybe?
jumper. Yeah, that was
and good at javelin and high jump.
maybe you just play. Maybe you just do track for 5-10 plus years, and then it's just
Like a
you know how like
decathlete or something like that, and then you're just really good at fucking jumping over shit.
Well, as an example, we play footy, and when you play footy, you don't necessarily know. Like people look at you and you go, everyone would have looked at you and gone, "You're a front row." Didn't you play wing at one point?
Wing, center, fullback.
So like,
Hence the skill set.
So when you're growing up, like you don't really necessarily know exactly where your niche is going to be on the rugby league field.
Yeah, but like
maybe you just do track, and then someone goes, "Well, you actually jump a little bit better than what you run."
But let's just break this down a little bit more.
Let's
You
go.
have got a pole in your hand, you stick it in the ground and try and jump over something, right?
Yeah.
Nothing is like that. You can be the best hurdler, you can be javelin, shot put, all that kind of stuff. And they're like, no, you look like a pole vaulter. Where is it? Where does it come from? Any pole vaulters out there, just put me on game
Yeah,
and
let us
just
know.
tell us how the fuck you get into pole vaulting. You don't get earmarked as like, when I was younger, you get earmarked when you're 12, 13-year-old going, he could be the next big thing. You're not going to be the next, so 2024, you're going to win Olympic gold in pole vaulting, Willie?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah. What if you're doing track and you're looking around, you're like, fuck, I'm getting dusted in the 100 here. But I love the experience.
strong
of
as
doing
hell.
track. I love athletics. And then like maybe I'm throwing a javelin or a shot put or pushing a shot put or whatever.
See, like 100 meter
angles are.
runner, right? Then you can be hurdles and like just say 200 meter, you can go different lengths, but it's like that pole vaulting is just like a totally different. Everything's totally different.
Here's my point with it. So you're doing all these little things, and then you look over and go, "There's only 3 pole vaulters over there."
Yeah, that's it.
I could,
That's how it goes.
I could
down.
end up on the podium.
That's how it goes down.
If I dominate that shit, I'm on the podium.
Big gold. I'm the fucking face of the fucking Australian sports.
Why am I racing and getting beaten over here? I would go over and do some pole
30-meter
vault. And that's
sprint.
respectful. That sounds so
I'll do a
condescending.
30-meter
I'm so
sprint,
sorry.
stick this, and just fucking jump over that easy.
Yeah. But interesting one.
Yeah.
But my big thing, right, and this is why I love the story, even though, the skating thing and the surfing thing at Olympics is probably not my thing. Now she's going to kill it off the back of it, and I'm pumped for amateurish athletes or unheard of athletes that get an opportunity to go on and market themselves now.
I think even the big man at the shot putter or something, I think he got silver.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
The part of it that I hate with some of the other sports is like Scotty Scheffler won the golf. He's number 1 in the world. Scotty Scheffler is one of my favourite golfers to watch. I love watching golf.
Should he have won?
But I want to watch golf. Well, he's the best.
Oh, you want to see the amateurs play?
Yeah, I want to see amateurs. So in boxing,
Well,
right?
have a look at fucking. I bet Serbia would love to see an amateur USA team.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Fucking
Basketball.
LeBron James. That's what fucks everything.
Yeah.
That ruins everything when it comes to amateur.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't handle getting dusted the US, and then they just bring in the dream team
Stack the team.
in '92, and then
Yeah.
game over. See you later.
Yeah.
Well, I love seeing them anyway because they're unreal.
It's fun to watch all of those players together in the same team, but it's like,
They just beat someone in a semi-final by 40.
yeah, it should be America against the rest of the world, and it shouldn't include Joel Embiid.
It was like the Swans versus Port Adelaide, first quarter, down by 70.
In the
How do you
grand final.
fucking come back? No, this is last week.
Oh, was that last
Yeah.
week?
How do you even play that?
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
Was that top of the table?
Yeah.
I know Swanee's a
Swanee's
killer.
a
I didn't
been done.
realise Port Adelaide were up there this year.
Yeah.
I used to love watching AFL.
How do you come back from 70-0 at quarter time? 70-something, whatever, 70 points.
70-0 at quarter time is equivalent to, I reckon, 30?
36-0.
36-0 at half
half,
time? Yeah.
It's hard.
Half-time Origin.
30.
30
yeah, that was,
Lukey goes 30-0 half time at Origin.
I think it's more.
Yeah.
At quarter time, you're not half time. Quarter time, 70 points they put on you.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, let's just go home.
A couple of the Swanee's boys played at the coast where I played golf as well. Good lads. So
It's weird because they've got one of the best teams.
they're like the Melbourne
Mentally.
Storm system. They've had a
Yeah.
culture now.
The
that
Bloods
they've built
culture's
over the last,
strong.
Yeah, for the last 20 years, they've always been relevant. They've never had massive dips, and they've always had good coaching. I used to love watching AFL. I don't get to watch as much.
I think
of
they
it 'cause
changed a
I
lot
have
of
to
the
be
rules,
engaged
man.
with
Like,
rugby league.
PK and all that, massive big Carlton fans.
Yeah.
Even they're diehard fans. They're like, fuck, the game's changed dramatically with the rule changing, and it's hard. I don't know the nuances of the game, and I appreciate and I respect all AFL players because it's fucking hard.
It's just like us. You have
Yeah.
traditionalists that like same as with
Purists,
our game,
yeah.
where there'll still be old people that blow up about the no punch rule and shit. Like there's
Back
little
in
tweaks
my
to
day.
rules. The big one a
but I
couple
think
of years
they've
ago
really
was like the
they've
ducking
tweaked
rule.
a lot of rules in AFL that's really fucking pissed people off.
Yeah. So one of the big ones, I believe, and
Head
we're going
over
to
the
get a
ball.
whole heap of people say staying in your lane, but there's something around the ducking and like the ducking underneath and that being high contact because it's all to do with CTE, HS. Same. They've got the
same.
same problems in there, and they're trying to rectify players' concussions and all that sort of stuff. So that's a big part of it. All right, let's get back to the show. Lukey has hit it. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I haven't even updated, actually. That's how good we're going for this week, but I'll update it on Monday. Remember, Lukey was pumped with everyone that gave us a like on YouTube on Monday, so continue to do that for us. Also, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and leave us a review on Apple and Spotify, or leave us a comment like this, which we reply to and build our show out every week. This is off the back of what one of the YouTube comments was for Monday's show. As this one's from Bonafide Vixen. As Penrith supporters, we love the players so much that we now also root for the Doggies, Tigers, and Wars. So not all of us are Suki Lalas. We want the boys to do well in their new club as well.
Yeah, that's good, man.
I think
and that's solid too because I think it's a perfect world, right? They didn't go one and done or anything like that. They stayed there for about 4 or 5 years. They won about 2 premierships, 3 premierships, and then they got to take off like Luai, Critter, Kickow. Like that was fucking big, you know what I mean? So to stay there for the journey of everybody coming through the system, and then obviously the salary cap works in different ways, and they just have to break off. So it's great that Penrith are like that, and so they should be. They should be. They should be very thankful for the guys that stuck together because they could have busted out of there after the first grand final.
Yeah.
The money would have went up, but they stayed together for another couple of years, and then the salary cap just hits different, mate.
You know what's helped the fans as well for Penrith? Like they would have would have been more frustrated with the loss of like Burt's, Kicks and all those guys early, and then Appy a little bit later on, and then a few more who were the others that left if they had not got to the grand final and lost.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm saying.
because they keep winning, all the Panthers fans are just like, good on you boys. Go do your thing.
You're going to lead. That's what I said. Like, they should be getting clapped.
That's the right
And they'll be
attitude.
getting like standing ovations when they come back, and like because they've done it the right way. They've done it the right way, the Penrith Panthers boys.
Yep.
They've come in there, and even guys like Appy, he come from a different club, different culture, and he's going to be beloved of that club forever.
I ran into Spencer yesterday. I was in
And
Bondi getting some breakfast, and he can't take the West out of the boy. He was in a basketball singlet. It was freezing yesterday, bro. And I looked at him and I shook his hand. This is the first time I've seen Spencer like face to face before. No wonder he's fucking so hard to tackle, man. He is just like
human. That's a specimen.
he is a thick low center of gravity, fast human. And I was just, you know, when you embrace someone, I'm like, hey, bro, big fan. Like, you know, just had a quick little chat to him, and I was like, ooh, those kickoffs now hurt even more. Like,
It's so hard to hit. Oh mate, it'd be very hard.
There's no target. The target is one target, and if you ever so slightly miss, he's just like a ball of muscle.
Yeah, like
he's like a running back.
Tackle tech.
He's like a running back in NFL.
Yeah, you got to have tackle tech that's just perfect, like a Jakey in his prime.
Yeah,
that can cut him down and actually like put him on his back. Because if
right.
he lines you up, because he's got that late footwork, he looks like he's lining you up, but he's really lining that guy up.
Yeah,
and he gets sitting on his heels and he gets fucking laid out. Yeah. He's got to go, mate. He's dynamic as hell.
He's a beast. He's a beast. They got the bye, and he said he's going to get home and head back out west to see the family.
Yeah, nice.
Really good human. Really good dude. All right, Mace, it is time for the RLPA July Player of the Month, and Jahrome Hughes has won again. Congratulations to Melbourne Storm halfback Jahrome Hughes, been voted by the NRL players as the Rugby League Players Association's Player of the Month for July. So here's the stats for Romy. 3 games, 3 try assists, 2 line breaks, 149 receipts. Jahrome was voted ahead of fellow nominees Birdo, Matty Burton, James Tedesco and Tom Trbojevic. The NRL winners for this year so far. So that's the second time for Hughesy. Dylan Edwards has won it, and Angus Crichton has also won it twice. So Player of the Year is looking like, if it wasn't for an injury to Dylan Edwards too, would have been thereabouts for sure. But it looks like it could be Hughes versus Crichton.
I think Jahrome Hughes is going to come away with the Dally M, the Rugby League Players Association Award, everything.
Yeah.
What would mean more to you? Dally M from just some journos and ex-players voting, or just like current players?
Definitely the players for me, but the prestige of the Dally M means probably so much more, because no matter what, like,
because it's on TV.
Yeah, because all that, just all the hoo-ha about it, the glitz and glamour of it all. But personally, for all my peers to vote for me, that would mean a whole lot more to me.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Jahrome Hughes is going to come away with everything.
Yeah.
This year, halfback of the year, Dally M Player of the Year, maybe a premiership. Yeah. Like, he's going to clean up.
And some of the players,
it's weird that I think it's getting more prestigious as the RLPA gets stronger.
Yeah.
And people actually putting a little bit of thought into like the player of the month, player of the week.
Yeah.
Where before we're like, oh, fuck, who cares? If I didn't like some person, I'm not voting for him, even if he carved us up.
I think that's why they made me vote, because then you'd get spiked.
Yeah, I don't like that guy. I'm never voting for him. And just say, if I was a current player, if I'm playing against a bloke I don't like, I'm like, and if he had a fucking carved us up, he's not getting points.
Yeah.
I'll give it to the winger. Yeah. That's what we used to do. Yeah.
So there's a lot better system. That's where the
system now is legit. So it's legit. Whoever wins the RLPA is the best player by the players, voted by the peers, probably means more than a journalist, ex-player that sort of just might be fucking just watch, you're 3, 2, 1, all that sort of shit.
I don't think they're super engaged, They're
not engaged. No. They're not.
And especially if they're media and they're at the games and they're you've got to be.
They'll just look at stats and go, yeah, you had a good game. You got to watch every fucking minute of every game.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, congrats, Romy. There you go, brother. Back to back. Oh, not back to back, but your second of the year, April and July, RLPA Player of the Month. This one's from Warren Turner. Comment on the Dolphins versus East game on Friday night. With 12:40 to go in the first half, Tedesco tackles Bostock 5 metres out. I was watching this and I agree with everything he said here, and I'll get to my point after it. 5 metres out. He's on the ground when the ball is played. Plath tries to take a scoot, makes no effort to mark up, and then tackles Plath less than 5 metres out. How in the world is that not a professional foul? I thought that at the same time. Yeah. And this is I'm not having a crack here at East for this or the Roosters, but this is I wouldn't say frustration, but I reckon the Dolphins have had so many calls like this year in the last couple of years where they've been really hard.
And it's cost them that top 8 position.
It has.
And it might this year as well.
Because they don't have a huge fan base. Like, it's still a growing fan base, and it's not like...
Over 20,000 members. But
that's different.
But the fan base, I get it.
That's different. Having fans for 10, 20 plus years. And
1908. Since 1908, the Roosters.
Well, even just the Wars, right? For 30 years. Like, they've been ingrained, and they're loud, and the Bulldogs fans, when a bad call happens, they get on social media. You just don't hear anything about the Dolphins. But the Dolphins have had some really tough calls. I go back to the Titans game a couple of weeks ago with a Herbie Farnworth obstruction for He passed the ball to Bostock. Bostock, he's sort of in the way, and then Fozzie sort of gets meshed up. Like, there's nowhere where he can go. And they caught an obstruction. They doubled down and did it against Gold Coast the next week, in my opinion, to justify what had happened the week before. But I thought, they've had a couple of tough calls, the Dolphins, but because they don't have a huge fan base. Also, a bit of perspective. This is the same guy, Warren Turner. He's very detailed with this as well. He's got all three, so he must be. He's a Broncos fan, but he watches closely all of the games from Titans and Dolphins. A bit of perspective on the Titans. In the first half of the season, they lost to the Raiders by 1 point, Manly by 2, Storm by 2, and Knights by 4. They've also beaten the Warriors twice, Cowboys, Broncos twice, Sharks and the Dolphins. I would call that a pass.
Yes, big pass.
Yeah, really.
They lost their first 9 games. If they had a jag about 3 or 4, they're sitting in this is what happened last year.
Yeah.
But they started off all right and they fell off.
Yeah.
Totally opposite the last year. And I was thinking, I'm like, they have a talent side. You put Tino in that, add a couple other pieces for next year.
They're a lock for finals.
Then they're fucking going.
Yeah.
But they just can't get a whole season together.
Yeah.
Right? You either start off really shit like they did this year, finish really strong like they are this year, and then last year, start off really well, blow teams off, you know what I mean? And then fucking fall off.
Yeah.
I think next year they'll put it all together and they're going to be dangerous, mate, because they've got young kids and they've got a really good balance in that pack. They can fucking go.
Well, you should be right in the Titans.
The 6, and they've got the 6 as well.
You should be right in the Titans, because when we talked about predictions, I went and had a look at them.
No, I didn't.
So I went
top 4.
Yeah, no. We had a team from each to drop out of the 8 and go into the 8. And your pick was the Titans to go into the 8. So you need to ride the Titans.
I am.
I'm looking pretty good. I got the Cowboys. You selected Khan Pereira, which is a lock for the leading try scorer.
And he had to go. He had 3 games in reserve grade.
Yep.
I thought I was done, but that kid's come back with a vengeance.
So and
who do I get for point scorer?
No, you said you had Jermaine Asako. You didn't. You had Val Holmes.
Val Holmes.
Yeah,
I think I must have been thinking of Asako. Where's Val Holmes, but?
Val Holmes is thereabouts.
Yeah.
I think he's about 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah,
so you still
fall off Asako.
So your predictions are looking pretty good.
You're
right now. I forgot to. who was the team that dropped out? I think we both had Canberra.
Yeah. They look.
Yeah, then
someone slide, man. Yeah. Who's coming up? I don't know. I look at that thing. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Oh no, sorry. You had Canberra. I had Sharks.
Even the Bulldogs, the Bulldogs, everything that the Dogs. I went into training yesterday, and just the feeling. No, Tuesday. I was in it Tuesday, right? So the boys had a long day. They had the recovery in that, and just the vibe in the joint, man, was like. I said it to Ren after. I said because it was like our vibe and when I was playing there was always up. It was always positive shit, and it was always just fun stuff going on, and just everybody was up, joking around, and that's what it felt like. It felt like that vibe, right? No. And it's because I've been there when they've been getting bottom 4, and no one's happy there because wins just make the whole joint happy from the top, the board, the CEO, the fucking everyone working in the staff, game day, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They witnessed for the first time what our fan base is like when we win, and they're like, holy shit, we didn't know that. That fucking energy that Belmore, it's a special place, Belmore. When it's like that, you see Freddie, you see Joey, and they're going, what is happening here? Like when you witness it and when you're there, you're like, what? No one has that, right? No one shuts off streets like we do, like in Belmore. It's mental. And I was like, they really felt that, the love from the fans, because they put that effort in, because, Critter had those great games and we were down on troops and everything like that, and Belmore was just going crazy. I went into training and everyone was just fucking on a different level, right? Yeah. Everyone come up shaking hands. What's going on from Jersey flag all the way up? First grade Critters there, Kicks, Fox, everyone was like just in a mad fucking vibe. I was like, I haven't felt that for 3 years.
Yeah.
I haven't felt it. And I just went, this feels good. This is what I'm used to feeling when I walk into Belmore for training and all these other things. So I haven't felt that for 3 years. I walked in there, Ciro, Gus, everybody, all the assistant trainers, because they've made the finals for 7 years. And I'm like, damn. I said, this club's not like that. I said, this is what this club is. This is what, whenever I walked into Belmore when I was there, this is the energy that was always there, because we won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everyone was supporting you and the community's massive behind you. Now they witnessed it at Belmore. They're like, this is the real deal. And they're the fucking real deal. Yeah. They've proved it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've seen what Rennie was talking about, your matchup with the Dragons back in the day.
Yeah, bro. They're going to do something. That's one of the most brutal games I've played.
Yeah.
And that's including fucking Origin and everything. Like that was one of the fuck, it was up there, man.
And those teams
we had a
were
bunch
stacked.
of hitters, man. They were stacked. We were stacked.
Yeah.
I remember just going, let's bash these fucks when we walk. I think there's a little bit of a package coming up where Moe does all the video analysis and everything at the Dogs, and he's going to put something together from that whole like 2004, 5, 6 when we played St George, because they were good teams back then as well. But that game at Cogra was one that is embedded. Like, you have a look on YouTube. It's like how the Bulldogs used to conduct their business. It's fucking mental.
Is that the
That's
title?
what it is on
the title,
YouTube. How they used to conduct business.
Oh, that's a good
That's
title.
fucking crazy. So have a look. Do yourself a favour. And the ogre, Marco Mealy, was just fucking on another level. Had him up there. Like, you had Sonny Bill in the centres, Rennie Matua, like me, Nate Miles coming off the bench, like Roy Asatasi, myself, Bobcat. Just fuck, mate. And everyone was out. Everything was a hit and legit hit. It wasn't shoulder charge or anything. It was just like contact. chest, fucking drive through was there. I was like, holy shit. Sam Eisenmunger and some Luke Bailey and that copped an absolute pizzling.
Oh, we had...
But it was fucking both ways. Obviously, when you look at it on YouTube, it's all our way, but that game was hard, man.
When we talked about some of the favourite sons, like putting you with some of the favourite sons of all time, a couple of really good nominations. Grubb is clearly beloved there from his stint, and being a Bulldogs junior as well, I think is really important. And also, a lot of people mentioned Tony Grimaldi as well.
Lobby's a legend.
And what, like a key piece. Like
he was a key piece in our journey from 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6. He was the lock. You had a guy called Sonny Bill that was playing in the centres and off the bench and everything. Obviously, he was young, but Lobby was the lock.
Yeah,
like he was like me. Bobcat and I were in back row. Roy, Pricey, Ogre shared the front row, but Lobster was always locked.
I've got an opinion on Bulldogs, and I think you'll agree with this.
He epitomises what a Bulldog is. I love him, and a great fucking human.
Well, that's my point. I don't think it necessarily the most talented players in the team are favourite Bulldogs. No. It's more players
you got to play a certain way.
You got to play a
Peter
certain
Kelly.
way. Yeah.
All those hard blokes. Steve Folkes. God rest his soul.
Uncompromising.
Just fucking work hard for the
players,
club. That's why do you think they love Kurt Moran and Curran?
Yeah.
Like all these guys, they're not fucking...
Kurt Moran's a favourite.
Kurt Moran, he'll be one of their favourite sons. Yeah. If he was 110 kilos and 6'3", he'd be the first one picked nearly in Origin. He goes that hard. He fucking goes hard. He plays well above his weight. Yeah. And he epitomises what Bulldogs are. And they've got some young kids coming through. So the club's in good hands.
Very good.
Obviously, they'll go through some recruitment this year and, maybe a few more middles.
There's some tweaking to be made.
Just stack the deck.
Yep. All right, this one's from Bonks. Hey, boys, love listening to the potty on my drive to and from work. Gives me something to distract me from the daily grind. I've got a question for the OG in regards to Game 1. I wonder if you remember this. Game 1 in 07 at Suncorp. 12 minutes to go. Mace has the ball, gets tackled and offloads it. But the ref calls a penalty saying it was an offload after the tackle had been completed.
Was it to Heine?
What was running through your mind at the time? Because I think anyone can agree the ball-carrying arm didn't touch the ground at all. Do you remember that moment? Or do you need to watch it back?
I'll have to watch it back.
I probably should have given you more warning. I thought like maybe because it's a specific origin, you might have remembered that.
Was it an offload?
Offload, and they gave a penalty, and it must have been a crucial
part
of the
line
game.
because I think it was going to score.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember it because it was like on the ground, but it was in my head it was league because I wasn't near the ground.
He's agreeing. I probably need to go watch it back, but we'll chat about that next one.
Costs us a series.
This one's from Liam McDonald. OG, in the mid-2000s, I played for South Newcastle Juniors.
South.
You'll love this.
The Dragons.
When we played against Central Charlestown, there was this big beanpole Islander kid with an afro, and somehow word spread amongst us boys that he was your cousin or brother. And if we hit him too hard, you'd come and beat us up. No idea if he was related to you or it was just good old child stupidity.
No. That was Rod.
But I remember putting him on his back and then having a knot in my 14-year-old gut because I thought you were on your way to get me for the rest of the day. Could barely get through my Happy Meal. Your fearsome reputation was legendary.
Oh, mate.
Was that your brother?
That was Rod.
Yeah.
That would have been Rod, played for Central Charlestown. Because remember, I bought... I got the family out of Toronto West, and I bought them a house in Charlestown, which is close to the city. Yeah, and they grew up around Charlestown, so we played for Central Charlestown. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, so
I wasn't on my way.
Liam, watch out, he's still coming.
The other brother you got to watch out for. Big Les would have been in the crowd.
It's funny, like back in those days, and like not too similar to those stories, but. When you're in high school and you used to always worry about like guys that had big brothers and big cousins and all that sort of stuff. Now this is the extreme version.
Bro, people would have been worried.
You're Willie Mason. So that would have been even scarier. But I remember
if they knew the truth would be like, you'd be worried about my older brother.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'm the friendly one.
Yeah. This one's from James Beckham. L1 from day one here. Got a question for the OG for the preview. In your prime, who would you least rather run straight at?
Adrian Morley.
No, right. This is got current players.
Current players?
And he's thrown a curly one. He goes out of Payne Haas, Tino, Big Nasty, Nelson Asafa Solomona, JWH, James Fisher Harris, or even a smoky, Jake Trebojevic.
See, and in my eyes, it's Jake Trebojevic.
Yeah.
Because big guys love running at big guys because we hit up top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but Tino's got mad Sonny Bill technique. He dips and he goes through. So he'd be hard to run at Tino. It'd be a good match.
Yeah.
But like Jakey, he'd hit you in the quads and in the guts and just fold you. In his prime, right? He's obviously getting a little bit older, but Jakey 5 years ago, mate, no one's running at him.
Yeah.
But so bigger guys love to run at bigger guys. Like I'd run at Petro and all that kind of stuff and run back because we hit up top.
Yeah.
And you try your best. But look at how we're built. You back yourself.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with you too.
But you hate getting hit in the fucking quads as well. You'd be like, Jakey would fucking fold you in half. He'd staple you. And I would do the same.
Jakey could fracture my quads.
Yeah, like Payne Haas, upper body tackler.
Yeah.
You know, like Hargraves, upper body tackle. I remember playing against Hargraves in his prime. I was at the end. I was like, fuck that. I don't want that smoke either.
Yeah.
Because he's a nasty hitter.
But with Jazz, like
he's chesty and shoulder.
As aggressive as he was, I got a couple of good knocks off him, but they didn't like hurt because they
won't.
He whipped you so hard that you just got like ricocheted off.
Because we're big, right? So just if we hit someone who's like 95 kilo, like we'd hit a 115 kilo, the guy's on his ass.
Yeah.
Because you come with so much force, but you don't really want to dip because everyone's got a fucking bump.
Yep.
You don't want to get bumped off.
Yep.
That's the main thing is big guy versus big guy. So you can't get bumped off if you come at fucking smack on the chest, bang, and then someone comes in and helps. If I dip, Payne Haas got a mad bump, so does Tino. I got a bump. Like fucking J Dub's got the best fucking bumper bars.
Yeah, he'll get
Do you know what I mean? But like
the elbow on the
when
throat.
you run it at Jakey, it's like fucking snap, round the legs, and you're done.
And so snap, grip bear hug,
like a fucking polar bear,
and then drive you into the
little
ground.
polar bear just goes boom in his butt, and it hits you in the guts. You might drop the ball. It's just there's no fun running at a Jake Trebojevic.
No,
even like a Victor Radley, those guys can fuck off. I'm not running at them. I'm running at the bigger guys.
Yeah, Rad's is another good one.
And even Cam Murray to a certain extent, like no way. Those guys are beautiful techniques.
Moses Leota.
Yeah, Leota can go right away. Fucking like right away.
Would he be number one, do you think?
Yeah, Leota, I'm not running at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I go, Oga, go run it, Leota, please. Give me a quick play the ball.
Yeah.
But that's, you know what I mean? Like you'd be using footwork at Leota, you'd never run. But guys like Oga, like
Even
the reason why like I got good meters and shit every game, because I had guys like Oga and Roy, and then it was me.
And then you identify.
Yeah, I can fucking spot, right? I can just go, okay, where am I going to run? Fucking Willie, not silly. Jesus Christ! But like I pay homage to Oga. I always say he's fucking one of the best props I've ever played with, right? Because you don't give a fuck who's in front of you. If he has to set the line, he's setting the line.
Yeah,
and he's not deferring from it at all. If you're Leota, if you're the biggest hitter there, you're getting run at.
And there's not enough players there's not enough spot players in the defensive line to get spots every time. So you need someone who's going to take.
You need to get left post. You fucking get the left post, Oga. It was hard to explain that to him. Yeah. He's like. No, he's fine. He's smart. He's smarter than you think. The big front rowers. We see everything. Yeah. We see everything.
You have to.
You know, like Roy was like way harder to tackle. He had footwork like fucking Benji Marshall. 108 kilos, ripped, faster than hell.
Yeah.
And then you had me, and you had Steve Price, and then you had Bobcat, then you had Sonny. So I was like,
Roy's like a bit of an OG Spencer Lenu, eh?
Yeah, but he's just not as thick. He's just more ripped than Spencer. But like, fuck, Roy has a Tussie in his prime, best prop in the world.
I agree.
We were blessed with just a lot of really good players and a fucking high IQ play as well.
Yeah,
you know. So, but yeah, Leota, get away, bigger blokes, sweet.
Yeah, Mitch Kenny, no.
Yeah. Go away. I'm running at Yo.
Just played 100.
I'm running at Yoey.
Hey, they did a thing on Penrith Panthers Instagram, and they said one word to describe Mitch Kenny.
Dog.
Is it? There was like 6 dogs. Jerome walks up and goes, dog.
That says a lot, man.
Yeah, I reckon that's
the best rap you can have.
It's one of the most. It's one of the best compliments you can get. I reckon.
That's what I'd say about like
the team player,
Adam Perry, dog.
As
Corey Hughes, dog. Lobby, dog. Tony Grimaldi.
Yeah, Justin Horo, not a dog.
Luke Stowe, dog.
Luke Stowe boxing, dog.
Dog.
All right, topic 1. It's a big one, mate. This is a big one. Shawnee Johnson announces his retirement.
Yes, well done.
Capping a glittering 14-year career in the NRL. That's 33-year-old Shaun Johnson informed his Warriors teammates of his decision on Monday. The club revealed in a press release. Very emotional. Shawnee Johnson did it in his own way. Got his own platform right now. We love to see that.
Good.
And you could tell that there was... You can tell he clearly loves the game. You can tell he clearly loves his teammates. He loves the club. There's a part of me that looking at the body language that there's a little bit of frustration. I feel like there's some unfinished business, but his body's just not holding up. And Father Time's undefeated. We say this all the time.
And it's not that. He's only 33. You're seeing guys like Townsend and that playing another year and Reynolds. It's the body that's given up.
Yeah.
You know
14 years.
14 years. He's been, that highlight reel that would be on YouTube is nearly untouchable.
Yeah.
Like when he hit the scene, there was no one better than him. No one better, like in half the attacking and everything like that. Like the skill set is so high. And then a few injuries just derailed his career. We played in that game when he done his syndesmosis and all that in 2015. Remember he got injured over there?
Oh, really? Was that the first
That
big
was the
one,
first big one he had, and he was out for a really long time. Didn't really hit the scene back till about 2016, 17.
Yeah, went to the Sharks?
Yeah, and that's
18,
what there.
19?
But that injury that is in that Manly game was really bad.
Yeah, okay.
Because he wasn't injured. I think he debuted in 2010, maybe?
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12.
No, 11. Him and Ches, same year,
11?
grand final. They both went to the grand final their first years. Yeah, remember?
I saw some highlights.
A couple of rookies playing each other in the GF. That's crazy, eh?
I think, it's crazy. But his impact on the game, right?
Yeah. So
is up there with Benji Marshall, especially in New Zealand, and just emulating Shaun Johnson. He was like the second coming of Benji Marshall, right?
Yeah. I think his name is always going to be connected to both because the OG SJ and Benji. Stacey Jones, Benji, and Shaun Johnson.
But just the dummy, the footwork. Stacey Jones was a lot quicker and direct.
Yeah.
They're totally different players. Shaun Johnson, skill set, left to right to left pass, and footwork would just see cues and just like he'd step on you, like he'd just get you all the time. His prime was like would match a lot of great sevens.
Yeah, I'm not comparing playing style. I'm talking legacy.
Yeah, just the injuries that really derailed him.
Kiwis will view
his influence on the game can't be questioned. It's just his body just gave up.
Yeah.
And I just think what he's done for New Zealand Rugby League, what he's done for the game, young kids trying to emulate Shaun Johnson. Even last year, bro, he's a bee's dick off a fucking Dally M and a grand final appearance. You know, it would have been great to see him go out, but not everyone gets to go out there on their own accord. His body's given up on him mentally, physically. He's been through so much his whole career. He's copping a lot of shit online, offline. You know what I mean? Like through his whole career. Went his little journey to the Sharks.
Yep.
Got his hunger back. Went back. Nearly got him a premiership. But like
19, 20, 21, he was there.
Yeah, and he's gone back there and he's done some great things. So well done on your career. It's been immaculate. He's got some fucking highlight reels that'll match anybody's. But his influence on the game. Let's just not. Don't worry about the accolades and all that sort of shit. It's the influence that he's going to have and his legacy on the game where you'll say, fuck, he's the next Shaun Johnson. Yeah. He's the next SJ. That's what they're looking at because the similar playing style. Like I remember one day, I think I played All-Stars with him and I was trying to fuck him up, right? Not hitting him on purpose. Yeah, I played. Yeah, he was a halfback in 2013.
So what were you trying to?
No, we're doing a drill. It was like where you go around here and it's like you're trying to cut him off and he stepped me cold, man.
Gotcha.
But I was trying to sprint at him. I'm not going to hit him. I just wanted to stop him.
I thought
No.
Same team.
So you know that drill, the square drill where you go this way, I go that way, and then it's one-on-one. I'm trying to shake his inside hip.
Yeah.
And he just goes, bang, hits me with the right foot. I just keep. I'm glad he stepped because if he had not have stepped, if I'd have called that. So in a game, if you're going to go that way, you want to push him back in anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want him to beat him on the outside. I didn't want him to get me on the outside, so I was just going hell bent like that. He just went boom because I thought I could pull up, and he just got me. I didn't touch him.
Yeah.
And that's 2013's prime SJ.
I've seen footage of that.
That footage, Hayden Knowles, he'll fucking put it up somewhere. He always did.
Yeah.
But that was just like, I was like, that was cold. You know what I mean? I was usually good at shit like that. I could stop. I could usually read it and stop and then like get a hand on him. Not even a hand.
Yeah.
But like, I love what he's done for the game and like, well done. And just enjoy your career.
Yeah.
Like enjoy that, enjoy retirement.
Last
like your family,
weeks.
man, you know what I mean? Like enjoy the rest of your training sessions. don't take it for granted. Do you know, like just turn up every day like it's their last day because it fucking is.
Yeah.
And the boys will lift. They'll probably win 5 games in a row.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, so well done.
Yeah, big game for him coming up this week. Yeah, well said. Yeah, he's a legend of New Zealand. He is, and 266 games, got 5 of the best left, and some really big games for New Zealand as well.
Yeah,
so,
man. That try that he scored, was it to get into the grand final, get into the World Cup final?
2013 World Cup.
I saw that last night. I just forget how good he was, right? And so you see Sammy Burgess run through, so fuck. And but that try is so cold. He does some things that just makes you, and he's been some very, very good defenders.
He makes good defenders look silly.
Against Melbourne, like I'm like, you can't coach that. You can't teach that. You can't do anything. You just got to go get the ball in SJ's hand, let him do something. Let him cook.
Give him some space and he's game over.
You get blokes sitting on their heels and just going, primed SJ, he was like that. Yeah. I remember playing him. I was in Newcastle going, don't come near the middle, bro. Just stay out there. Come on, man.
Yeah. Congrats, Shawnee. Well done, mate. Great servant of the game, and you'll be an even better servant, I think, after.
Yeah.
I love the platform that you got going over there with the lads as well on Play It On. This one is the announcement in the Hall of Fame of the first 2 ever coaches inducted, Wayne Bennett and Jack Gibson. The legendary coaches will join administrators Ken Arthurson-Arco, John Quayle, as well as broadcast legends Frank Hyde and Dave Morrow as this year's inductees to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, obviously, and this is like no disrespect, but how hasn't Jack Gibson been in the Hall of Fame earlier? And also, like, why is Wayne, when I see Matt Rogers was getting a little bit animated.
Yeah, because he's still coaching.
Yeah, he's still coaching. 100% Wayne Bennett is a first ballot Hall of Famer when the time's right. But does it make sense to have, like, if you're going to put Wayne in, then like Craig is obviously
put Belly in, yeah. Like,
I just found that
why wouldn't you put like a Tim Sheens in?
Yeah, and I say this really respectfully, right? Because I
Wayne's
want to
the best coach of all time.
No, well, I want to get into the system and how this is all done.
It's all fucked,
I think I think it's a little bit messy. Whether the inductions of the Immortals and Hall of Famers, I'd love for someone from the NRL put a lot of effort into it. Go back and look at it, and just straighten it out. Because when you think of rugby league. And you're like of our era at least, and even the current players, Jack Gibson, like hell, he hasn't been in the Hall of Fame.
I thought he would have been in there 30 years ago.
A minimum of 20 years ago. I just find it quite strange.
We don't value it.
We don't celebrate enough.
We don't celebrate it. It's not like
correctly.
NFL. And it's weird that you're bringing this topic up. So I was down, trained at E-Lab yesterday morning, went down, Billy's got a coffee, and it was like, the OG big dogs that were with Arco and all that.
Yep.
I'm not even going to name their names, but they were like the chairman of New South Wales, chairman of the show, like ARL, and some really big dogs there. So I always sit down and have a chat to them, right?
Yep.
Because they were a big part of, like, you know, when I was playing for Australia and stuff like that, they were always on kangaroo tours and everything.
Always good for history.
Oh, mate, I sat down with them for half an hour and we talked about the Hall of Fame. I said, why don't we prioritise Hall of Fame players instead of going straight to the Immortals?
Yeah.
Like, none of us are going to be Immortals. Only like JT.
Yep.
JT, you're going to get probably Darren Lockyer, Cam Smith, Billy Slater, probably in the last 20 years, 25 years. I'm like, but what about the Hall of Fame credentials, right? It doesn't even get looked at.
No, not properly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to have, they were saying, like, we need to get Hall of Fame players inducted first and then go from Hall of Fame to being immortal.
I agree.
You know, but make a bigger deal of it.
Yes, I agree.
Do we care that much?
We should.
We should care, but do we?
No, I don't think we do.
Yeah, we don't care that much. Therefore, they're not going to really prioritise it, and so they don't care. But, like, you know, players like who played in our era are going, fuck, you could be a Hall of Fame player, but like, you're not going to get inducted till you're fucking 80.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a waiting list, right?
Yeah,
like, it's a bit weird, and like we don't prioritise it enough. I don't really care about it that much, right? Because, like, when you grow up, you're not going, I want to be in Canton like NFL. I want to be in the Hall of Fame because that's the pinnacle.
I think it would be cool for
I think it should be.
You guys to be recognised. I think you're a candidate too.
I think it should be, and I just think, but we just don't prioritise it that much.
Yeah,
and I think it should be. I think it should be as well, and start putting some, like, maybe some players that from our era into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Like, and then so younger kids can go, fuck yeah.
Or addressing the ones from the OGs from before the Super League era.
Yeah.
I'd like,
you know, if you have a Hall of Fame from 98 onwards, from the new NRL era.
Yeah.
You know, because they inducted in 2008, they put 100 years of football, they put 100 players in. So there's your 100.
Yeah.
So started from, you know, like, keep inducting players that have been retired for over 5 years now.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Something like, if they're going to do something, like Arco and all those blokes, man, they've been out of the game for 20 years, man, and they just get in the
John
hall.
Quayle, Dave Morrow.
Yeah, like they're all legends of the game. Like, and I was with those guys yesterday having a coffee. They'll get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
These blokes, you know, and those blokes. And I was like, oh, God. I said, why don't you guys voice it? And they're like, it's not our deal anymore because the ARL is pretty much all under the NRL now.
Yeah.
You know, like New South Wales Rugby League have their own Hall of Fame. You know, like it's
there should be a historian of the game who understands the finer details
and the numbers,
understands the history that should be communicating now with the NRL, because there's a lot of money being put in the NRL, and I think the next part of like the game thriving right now is celebrating our proper OGs and the legends before us, and I think that should be done properly.
And they did that in 2008 for the 100 years of football.
Yeah.
They inducted all those players from 1908 to 2008. They've got those guys in the hall.
Okay, yeah.
So everyone from 2008 onwards, they've inducted no one.
Yeah, that's weird.
Do you know what I mean?
And,
like
then,
it's
and Jack Gibson wasn't a part of that, 1908 to 2008.
but that was all players. It wasn't like media, coaches or media or anything like that.
Yeah,
but like Jack Gibson should have been in there like years ago. Wayne Bennett, they should wait for Wayne to retire.
I agree.
You know, like put a Tim Sheens in there. His credentials are there.
Yep, I agree.
You got to have the credentials, and they should have them out. Like if you've done this, and this,
tick a few boxes.
You tick all those boxes. That's a Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
you know, like you can
maybe
nominated.
Maybe 10 boxes, and you got to tick 7 of them out of the 10. You know, because not everyone's going to tick.
And
10,
every
10
year
boxes.
should be inducted like 5 to 10 players.
Yeah, I agree.
Like make it special.
Yep. All right, moving on to the NRLW is absolutely flying at the moment too, and so am I, mate. I've gone 4 from 5 again last week, so 8 from 10.
I told someone about you and
Chapo, 3 of the best. Jamie Chapman.
Yeah,
so
I know. Like, I don't know who I was talking to in the car. He goes, oh, the women's game's like really entertaining. I said, and he goes, I had a little bit of a punt on. I said, and he asked me for tips. I said, don't ask me. I said, I don't punt, first of all.
Yeah.
I said, but I know someone who is a genius at the women's game because he studies the game. I said, I'll get it from Hoz and I'll message you.
Yeah. It's not just studying, it's just watching.
No, but you study the game, you watch the game, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? It's very hard in the NRL because it's very even.
So I had a little bit on Chapo.
But Chapo's going to score 20 tries this year.
I had a little money, bit on Chapo for 2, and then I had a little bit on her for 3 as well.
Yeah. So who the hell can do that? Who can do that?
All right, the Roosters
Justin
are taking
Horo
on the West Tigers. I'll be looking at a few try scorers for this game as well. Look at the Roosters. Taryn Aiken had a double. I think she scores again in this game, and the Roosters win. Let me get it back up. Actually, I'll just go through the picks. No try scorers this week. The Raiders versus Sharks. It's going to be a good game. The Raiders are at home. Sharks are on a bit of a winning streak. I'm going to take the Raiders, even though they lost last week. They'll be hard to beat in Canberra. The Cowboys are at home to the Parramatta Eels. Cowboys looked okay, but I think the Parramatta Eels will look better. Give me the Eels. Broncos versus Titans, easy one. I think Titans are going to win the comp. I think they're going to be undefeated this year. Give me the Titans.
Ooh.
Yep. And the team to beat and the team that they need to get one better on, Newcastle Knights, they will be too good for Dragons to finish off as well. So I'll be on Chapo again in this game against the Broncos, her ex-team, and she's an athlete. She is so good to watch. Let's move on to the men. Before we get on to the men, my Levels Bets Friends special, nice and early this week. I am going to be on the Titans -5.5 against the Broncos, and let's go big bopper David Fifita to score in the first 60 minutes for a price of $5.50 from the traders with a max bet of $25. Big Dave, for as good as the Titans have been going,
favourites.
He hasn't scored in like 6 or 7 weeks.
That's bad for his strike rate. He usually gets about 10 and 15 of the best.
Well, I don't know. Like, do you want David Fifita to score or do you want the Titans to win? And they're winning and he's playing good, so
I want both.
He'll be very happy. Well, I want both this week. So let's get big David Fifita over the line with both Fermor missing. That's a big loss for them as well.
What happened to Bo?
Bo did, I think, a rib injury or something like that.
Yeah, he looked a bit rattled.
A minor. It's only a minor. I think he's only going to miss this week. As for the rest of the late mail for round 23, let's kick it off with the Rabbitohs versus the Storm. Thursday, 7:50 p.m. at Accor Stadium. Kicking it off tonight. Coach Ben Hornby said on Wednesday that he's confident Cody Walker will return. As for the bench, Shaq Mitchell and Peter Mamazoulis have come onto the bench in a new look interchange. For the Storm, Nelson Asafa-Solomona has shifted to the front from the front row to the back row.
Yeah, I like that.
After Ali Katol was ruled out, Prop Tui Kamakamitha is also set to line up after missing last week's loss. The Tab have I'd imagine the Melbourne Storm are favourites by a minute. $1.16. Souths are $5.20. The line is 15.5. OG.
Yeah, Melbourne don't do back-to-backs.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Especially this time of the year. They'll be filthy and Souths are going to be at their mercy. You know, like I think
Souths were brave against Cronulla and still got played out in the end.
Yeah, like Souths they're just trying to get through the season.
Yeah,
just get through without the mentality of a team like South, Parramatta, like West Tigers, is just like fuck, just get through.
Yeah,
like just get through the game. Obviously, put max effort in, and then just get through. Hopefully, uninjured. But when you have that mindset, you usually get injured. It's fucked.
Yeah,
so it's a hard mindset to teach to younger kids. But it's just one of those years, and just fucking cross it out, get through the year, and focus on next year as quick as you can. Have a bit of a break, and then it doesn't stop. So Melbourne, fucking easy.
Oh no, this is correct. Yes, I'm Melbourne, and
easy.
I'm on Melbourne minus the line. So we didn't agree on much last week. We start off this week agreeing.
Yeah.
The first game on Friday night, Titans versus Sharks, 6 p.m. at Seabus Super Stadium. Cleese Haas will be the new name in the back row after both of them all suffered kidney bruising. There it is. It's the only change for Desi, though. For the Sharks, following a minor hamstring injury to Braden Trindle, Blake Brayley has shifted to halfback, Cam McInnes to hooker, and Jack Williams at lock. Braden Hamlin-Uele is also going to miss the game due to knee soreness, and Jaden Beryl will play his second NRL match. He's the OG. He's the late bloomer.
Jeez.
The Titans are $1.58 favourites. Sharks are $2.40. The line is 4.5.
Sharks are lucky they got off to that really good run.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd be slipping big time. Even though they did win last week, fuck, Titans are coming, man. And I think they'll win. I think just losing, like just the McInnes being at hooker, and then like Jack Williams coming in and putting Brayley at half. Like,
so
come on, bro. Like, I think Luke Brayley's a good player, right?
Yeah.
But he's a gun 9.
Yeah.
He's a gun 9. Like he's playing 7 and orchestrating that whole team is hard.
Yeah.
Braden Lueli, Hamlin Lueli, I rate him highly.
He's missed a lot of footy.
Highly. He has missed a lot of football. He needs to get his body right. But when he's on, he's probably their most destructive forward.
Yeah.
Because he can play really big minutes.
Royce Hunt too.
Yeah, I know Royce Hunt, but Royce Hunt can't play over 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like quality minutes where Hamlin Lueli, you can leave him out there for 25, 30 and he's going to be really good. So they missed that combination of like him starting with Kafusi and then like having Royce Hunt on the back end of the half. Do you know what I mean? And then like sort of like getting it tied. And so some games where Royce Hunt is unstoppable, right? But that's because the middles have done their job for the first 25, 30. That's all mixed up. And it's the rotations are fucking off.
Yeah, that hasn't been as clean recently.
Hasn't been clean. Like when they were on that run, that was the rotation.
Yeah,
and it was and it worked great.
That's so hard
because they're big, strong, fast, mobile. Nico Hines was attacking both sides. Braden Trindle, the back five was killing it. That's a decent side. They don't have that. Therefore, Titans.
I agree. I'm on Titans minus 4.5 as well. Obviously with my Levels Bets Friends special. The next game is Parramatta versus Penrith. This normally is a game to watch, and Parramatta will always lift for the Panthers, especially at CommBank, but it's going to be a tough one. Ethan Sanders is in the mix to feature after being listed as 18th man, but coach Trent Parrott has named the same 17 that defeated the Warriors last week. As for the Panthers, Dane Laurie is on track to return after he had a head knock in the Dragons game. It's the only change Ivan Cleary's squad as Penrith look to mount a late bid for the minor premiership. Yeah, obviously Penrith.
Just think Penrith.
The line is 16
as you said, Parramatta won last week. They played pretty good football over there to beat the Warriors. That's got to bring you some sort of confidence.
Yep.
And this is where Parramatta's at the moment. Let's just get through these games. We fucking hate Penrith. Let's upset them. Fuck their minor premiership favourite. Chances up. Let's just upset as many teams as we can. People are playing for different reasons at the moment. Contracts. People are off contract. It's like always a shit show when a club like this goes through these couple of years, and then a new coach is coming. He mightn't like certain players, so everyone's playing for different reasons. So that's why you get different results.
Yeah.
They might come out there and upset Penrith. They might come out and upset Penrith just because everyone's on the same page. But like, it's about getting everybody on that same page all week. I know you're off contract. I know you're leaving next year. Do you know what I mean? Like, Like I know you're hearing rumours that the club want to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Let's just try and prove everyone wrong. So it's the mindset of going into training every week. You got to show up like it's fucking, like no one lets the foot off the gas. No one. No coaches. We can't make the 8. Let's just play touch footy every day. You're still doing the work every single day, turning up and trying to be the best player, the best trainer. You've got these young kids that might be getting their opportunity at Parramatta. They're going to do their best to try and impress the coaches for next year.
Yep.
So it's a real fucking, it's hard to get a hit on this sort of game.
Blaze telling you could be impressing his new coach.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, it was Blaze, I haven't been in that position that much. It's like, fuck. It's just, I know it's a shit show.
16 and a half? 16 and a half?
I think it'll be close.
Okay. I think it'll be close for a while. I think Penrith's class will blow them out of the death. So you're going to go plus 16 and a half, Para?
Yep.
I'll go minus 16 and a half, Penrith.
I just think with Dylan.
Yeah, I know. I think it'll be close.
Dylan Edwards coming back?
Still a while. He did MCL or something like that. As for the Super Saturday, kicks off with the Raiders versus Eagles. This will be a good game. A lot on the line for both of these teams. Yep. Ethan Stranger's back after being rested last week. Adam Cook then moves to the bench. Danny Levi moves to reserves. Simi Sasangi is the new name in the back row for Zach Hoskin. As for the Sea Eagles, Lachlan Croker is preparing for his first match since round 9. Omali Olakwatu, Lehigh Hopewadi, Jason Saab and Ruben Garrick are all set to play as well. So some big names back in for Manly. This is a big game for their top 4 chances and Canberra trying to secure a top 8 spot. Canberra $2.35 underdog, Manly $1.60. The line is 4.5.
It's be interesting. I mean, like the Eagles, just say the Eagles lose, right? Raiders win, Bulldogs beat Dragons, Raiders slip into the 8 if the points are good enough. Like little things like that, they won't be thinking about that for and against. Win. They just want to win.
Yep.
But like if the Dragons if we beat the Dragons like by a fair amount, which I think we will.
They just want to take care of business.
Yeah, you just got to win.
And then they'll be able to watch Saturday night because the Bulldogs and Dragons are coming up after. So their priority is
just got to win. Just win.
Manly want to finish top 4 still.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, they could.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot on the line. So I love this. I love this part of the year.
Yeah. When you get
that's
games
when
like
we
this.
talked about like Parramatta. That's the other end of the other end. These games matter to these players, and you're playing every game like a grand final. Like.
Super Saturdays have been so stacked the last couple of weeks. So look, you got North Queensland and the Broncos up after, and then you finish with the Dragons and the Bulldogs. But who are you going on this one, mate? Manly or Canberra?
It's a Brookie, eh?
No, it's a Canberra.
No? Oh, Canberra. They just play different. They play different at Brookie. Yeah. They're travelling. We said it. Yeah. We said about Turbo.
Tommy looks different.
Turbo will look different in the cold down there.
Yeah. He killed it last year down there.
You're throwing me off. You fucking asshole. He killed it like, did he?
Yeah, because remember he had I think he scored 3.
It's going to have to be the Turbo show. I'm going to go Manly.
Okay. I reckon it's going to be not the Turbo show. I reckon it's going to be the Olakwatu show.
Because I think Olakwatu's come back angry. They just had the bye.
Yep.
They should be fresh as hell.
Yeah.
They're still a little bit battered.
I reckon Manly this week, Roosters next week are the best. It's probably the best time to get a bye. Their last bye, I reckon. 4 weeks to go. A block going into finals.
Like you'd think all the S&Cs have been giving them a really good rest, and you got Paseka back, Browns there, Olakwatu, Lawton, Trebojevic. I like their team. Yeah. I like it. Raiders. I'd like to think Raiders are always a different team down there, but they're not.
Not this year.
I've seen them get dusted down there quite easily by teams that you'd think.
That was without Fogarty.
I think the Titans and all that kind of stuff.
That was without Fogarty. They lost a lot of games, got pumped down there without Fogarty. They've been a lot better with Fogarty.
Yeah. I still think Manly's just got too many good players to lose a game like that because this is a very meaningful game. All
right, Cowboys versus Broncos. This is as meaningful as it gets with everything that's going on with the Broncos, but also Cowboys. They are just like Manly. They're fighting for a top 4 position. 5:30 p.m, Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Hylam Lukey Stowe has been named despite the hit from Juzzy Olam. Ruben Cotter is also on track to return from concussion after resting for a fortnight. Jeremiah Nanai will wear jersey number 24 as the number 12 will be retired in honour of Carl Webb for this game.
Oh,
Broncos and Cowboys legend.
Love Carl Webb. I love what the Cowboys are doing there. Played with Carl Webb, played against him, played with him, played a test together, played against him in Origin, played the Cowboys up there 2010. Known him since I was 15, and I'm glad that the Cowboys are honouring him like this because he's a great human, and sadly lost to all of us.
It's going to be a highly emotional game.
It's a very emotional game because he played for the Bronx as well.
Yep.
Broncos Junior. Sad story, but his legacy is going to live on, and it will only live on with the Broncos and Cowboys keep doing stuff like this. Should be the Carl Webb Cup.
Yep, I think they're going to be doing something like that.
Something like that.
For the Broncos, Payne Haas and Ezra Mam were ruled out following their injuries from last weekend. Josh Rogers comes in at 6. Xavier Wilson starts at prop. Corey Oates has been dropped to the reserves with Josiah Katapani to start on the wing. The tab have the Cowboys favourites at $1.43, Broncos $2.85. The line is 7.5 for the Broncos versus Cowboys. I think the Cowboys
foot on throat mentality. The Cowboys know that the Bronx are underdone. They've had a shit year. Under the pump. Let's just fucking get out there and give it to them in front of our people.
Yeah.
That's the mentality.
I think
Let's
so.
fight for that top 4 spot. They're just in the way. They got nothing to play for, Bronx, but pride. That's about it.
And there's going to be a lot of pride on the line.
A lot of pride on the line. I get it. But like when you got pride, you should have that anyway, right? Plus you want to make the top 4.
If this potentially gets messy in this game, Broncos, everyone involved in the organisation is
yeah,
under
it could get ugly up there.
Yeah, like you go, the effort against the Bulldogs. Yeah, Bulldogs played really good, but to lose to the Titans, and if they are to
46,
if there's a lesson against the Cowboys as well, who should be fired up for this game. They were awful against the Tigers. They should have been better against the Tigers, and they're fighting for a top 4 position.
41 points and then 46 points.
Yep. We'll see. I'm on the Cowboys minus 7.5 as well, mate. The Dragons versus Bulldogs. This is the game of the round.
This is the game.
Tyrell Sloan retains the 1 jersey, even though Matt Fiangai has been named at 18th man. As for the Bulldogs, no changes at this stage. With Mudders Curran of the Josh variety, 50-50 after he hurt his shoulder. But Cam Serrato is basically sticking with the same team as well. The odds are $2.20 for Dragons to be playing at home at Cogra. And it is sold out. The Bulldogs are $1.67. The line is a try, 3.5, 4-pointer. Mace, you're obviously on the Bulldogs.
It's going to be a hard game, but we've got a hard run. We're going to earn our final spot.
Yep.
And we'll earn the top 4 spot if we get it. This is the start of it.
Yeah.
Dragons, they've gone win-loss since round 9. Hopefully they stick to that.
You got them on the good week?
We've got them on a good week, down week. So they just want to lose this one. So we're thankful for that. But no, real talk, they're going to be hard. And we fucking pumped them in that first round.
Yep.
So they'll be looking to get some
That's
redemption
when they lost
back.
Jack Bird at
they had some injuries there.
Eisenhuth at centres.
Yep. Eisenhuth and Flanagan, they got absolutely smoked on that left edge.
For it, won't
they? They're a different team.
Yep. I agree.
Obviously inconsistent. Because if you look at the win-loss, but when they turn up, they're up.
Consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, they're consistently inconsistent. It's great. You got to be somehow built like that. But obviously my heart's with the Bulldogs.
Well, here's one for you.
There's just history there, right? There's a lot of history in that game, and it's going to be brutal. And
here's what separates the two teams. There's only a 1 game, so there's only 2 points. The Bulldogs are only in front by 1 extra win. But look at the for and against. Bulldogs plus 92, Dragons minus 90. Yeah. So when the Dragons lose, they lose bad, and the Bulldogs have just been chipping away defensively. Second best defensive
just keep
game.
Working.
I think this is going to be a low.
Shout out to Chad Randall. Chad Randall has been a massive hand with our defence. He did the attack last year, but he was a defensive one. He was a defensive coach for Manly when they were on that little bit of run 2021.
Okay. Yep.
But he did the attack last year. Swapped over, him and Ciro have just controlled the defense, and they've got the second best defense in the game.
That's a good rap for him then. Very versatile.
So Chaddy's
can go from one
really
side of the board to the other.
Really smart coach, really highly respected, and fucking what a good dude as well. So
awesome.
I always forget to mention Chaddy Randall when it comes to the Bulldogs coaching system, but he's a big part of that. But this is going to be a very hard game.
Yeah.
I'm backing the Bulldogs just like
low scoring dogfight.
8 points, yeah. I want it to be that because I reckon if it is that, we'll be more resilient.
Yeah, I agree.
We just can't let them get off to a good start. If we can just stay in the fight, stay in the grind like we do every game.
You know what could be a trap in this game? If they score 2 quick tries early. I think that's something that you don't...
Us or them.
Either.
Yeah.
You don't want to
throw someone off.
Yeah.
And the way that the Bulldogs play, we don't give a shit if we score till the second half.
Yeah.
We're not going out there trying to blow teams off because we're not built like that.
Yeah.
We'll grind and grind and grind and go set for set for set, back our fitness, back the completions, back the kicking game, and then the class of a Critter, Burton, Kickow, Fox, Carraz, Connor, our boys in the middle got a big job. They know that because there's no secret where most teams are coming. Front door.
And finish that too. Blow teams off the park.
Yes, blow them off the park.
Not just blow those teams off.
Oh, yes, we just blow teams off. The park.
The park. The Dolphins versus Warriors, Sunday, 2 p.m. at Suncorp Stadium. Tavita Pangai Jr., Cody Nikarima are back on track after returning last week, after missing last week's game. Sorry. Jermaine Asako, your man, who you thought you had, he's in doubt. He had an ankle injury.
I've been backing him. Oh, God, yes, great kick. Now I'm like death riding.
You need to get on Val Holmes in the Broncos game. As for the Warriors, Shaun Johnson will start after announcing his retirement. There is just one change for the Warriors. RTS moves back to the centres with Moala Graham Tofa dropping out and Eddie Kossi coming back in onto the wing.
God, I look at the Warriors side, just go through that, and I'm like, how are they in this position?
I think $2.75 is overs too for the Warriors in this game. I think
the Warriors are going to get him. They're going to regret the fuck out of last week. Yeah. They're on 21 points. It could be 23 and fighting for this one. They'll be on 25 points and you're just kissing the 8. They're going to regret that game and it's hard to put an old head on young shoulders, man. Yeah. Of course that, but you got to live in the now, right? Yeah. You can't think about what happened fucking 12 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Say your phone.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Simi.
I can get away, Simi. I'm going to go. I'm going the Warriors.
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins are on a bit of a slide because I just think they've lost so much creativity around the ruck.
And just losing confidence too. Yeah. They've had 3 second-half leads and let it slip.
Yeah, the Warriors. The Warriors. This is the last chance for the Warriors, and I'm expecting something.
Yeah. I'm with you. Warriors, and I'll take the plus 7.5. Newcastle versus West Tigers.
I'm interested in the Pangai Jr. and Fanua Blake because I know
Doco's going to go at it.
The Docos are going to go crazy.
What's that, my Doco?
Yeah,
see you in the middle,
fucking see you in the middle, yeah. Shake hands and it's on.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
I thought normally Togo's normally look after it.
Yeah, not these two.
No handshake agreement.
Fucking Pangai's he's on a different level, that kid. when he's like that, when he goes about it, like he'll take it personal.
He goes red.
You know, when he fucking even Payne Haas, he's going to Catalans. Fucking
That's gonna. I said this on radio yesterday. That's gonna last. He's gonna last 3 games or 3 years, no in between.
Yeah, he will destroy it over
contract.
Yeah, he will kill it over there. He's still in he hasn't reached his prime.
Yeah,
what he's going to do over there,
you can get comfortable over there.
But he don't drink. He don't do anything. Okay. He's full on
baguettes.
Yeah, just stay away from the baguettes.
La Cantina.
Stay away from La Cantina and the baguettes, the croissants.
Fuck, I miss La Cantina.
I love the schnitzel and. Oh my God, that was a good time. Jesus Christ,
mate. We were for people at home. Me and Mace
buying a house in the Costa Brava.
We should be a
reunion.
We should do some sort of magic round and find a way. Just like let's bank money for levels and go for a trip over Europe and go do the OG magic round. In the Super League, I think it's at Newcastle, back at Newcastle again, and go over to France. We've got to do a Euro trip, mate, and we'll take Lukey to a few of the spots that we fucking went.
Lukey will get lost for weeks. We're too far. We're too close to Ibiza.
Yeah.
What a great place.
What a best ever. Well, a couple of boys over there now. I did all 4 years on Ibiza. Every time we got 2 days off.
I love that place. What about that for you just say, oh, what are you doing this weekend? Just say if you're in Sydney, oh, I'm going to go to fucking...
What's the equivalent Bali?
I'm going to go to Bali. No, but not even that. Just say if you got to stay in Australia, right? You know, I'm going to go out in the fucking country. Blue Mountains, Hunter Valley. Yeah. Where are we going? Ibiza. Let's just fucking ramp it up a little bit. Stop fucking around. Yeah. Let's catch an hour train to Barca. That'd be like going from here to Gosford.
Yeah.
And then we catch a plane to Ibiza.
Let's old.
Oh, let's old.
Knights versus West Tigers, the last game. And this is why we fucked around Ibiza because this is a Sunday ticket special.
I'm not watching this.
4:05.
Fucking KO Mini this.
Yeah, I'll watch it for you.
Mini.
I'll give you the update, mate. The Knights, Adam O'Brien largely sticking with the group from last week. Brady Jones is set to replace Thomas Kant, while Jacob Safidi, who got hurt in pre-game last week, he is out again this week. Tigers have brought Adam Dewey back into the team for Juzzy Olam, who's accepted a 4-game suspension for that shot on Lukey. Halfback Aiden Caesar is also back from suspension, with young gun Latu Fainu entering the concussion protocols. And another boost for Noah Polley is also on track to return.
Knights are still a chance, man. They're looking at that going, come on, we win every game. Like, I think they'll put the Tigers to bed comfortably, right? I think Ponga is absolutely going to kill them. Absolutely kill them. They've still got a lot more to play for. They're sitting on 22 points. They've dropped some really silly games, but they should be fucking in the eight easy.
Here's one for you. I think either Newcastle win by 20 or lose.
It's up there on a Sunday. It's up there on a Sunday. This is one of the best places to play. The Newcastle fans are the best. They expect to win. I don't think the Tigers can come near them. I just think KP's going to take over this game. The forwards are good enough. The nine's good enough. Surely they fucking take care of business up there.
Do you agree with that? Do you think Newcastle can win a close one against the Tigers? I think it's got to be 20 plus and they smoke them.
I reckon they
or West Tigers.
them.
Or West Tigers.
I don't think the West Tigers are a chance.
Okay.
I just think I think Newcastle put it on them.
All right.
It could be like a 46-28 game.
Yep. I can agree
Something
with that.
like that.
Yep. Yeah, but I think if it's fucking 34-32, then the Tigers somehow win.
Oh, that'd be yuck.
Because the Knights get nervous at home.
No, the Knights fans, they'll be awesome. They'll pack that out. They'll try and get their boys home. So I'm going for the Knights easily.
Yeah.
But fuck, they're gonna mate. They can score points, Tigers.
They can.
This should be just based on defense. Newcastle should be just all defense based on defense. Everything, every single minute of that game.
When they
if
had
they're
a good
going to make a
period
proper
through
run,
the middle, defensively they were really sound.
Adam Elliott's been a big loss. I know. Is he back in?
Not too sure.
Yeah, so he's been a big loss around the ruck.
Yeah.
Does a lot of work.
They're very, very tough games to pick. And as always, we want everyone to be playing safe during the footy season. So please keep front of mind, what are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858. Mace, enjoy your weekend.
Will do.
Everyone enjoy their footy. The footy is getting going. There are some really important games, and we'll have them all reviewed. Well, I'll review the last game.
I'll watch it. Of course I'll watch it. Jeez, I was taking I just don't want to watch the Tigers. I love the Knights.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch the Tigers.
Yeah, we'll see you Monday.